Before we start, I would like you to hit that red subscribe button so that you never miss out on any of our videos. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Beyond Crazy. 7. Jenin de West Bank, 2002. An angry mob stormed into a Palestinian courtroom and shot dead 3 defendants who had just been convicted in a murder trial. The men were concerned in the toilet of a makeshift courtroom in the West Bank town of Jenin as police tried to hide them. The gunmen then fired dozens of bullets at the 3 men and dragged their bodies into the street. The defendants had been convicted of the murder of a Palestinian security official. The defendants had been given prison sentences instead of death, which angered the mob. 6. Atlanta, Georgia, 2005. After a 51-year-old female sheriff's deputy, 5'2" Cynthia Hall, removed his handcuffs so that he could change into civilian clothes in preparation for a court appearance, defendant Brian Nichols attacked the deputy and took her sidearm. According to hospital sources, the deputy suffered bruising to her brain and some fractures around her face. After the attack, her condition was reported as critical, but she survived. Nichols then crossed over to the older part of the courthouse via a sky bridge, where he entered the private chambers of Judge Roland Deli Barnes. While there, he encountered another deputy, overpowered him, and also took his weapon. Nichols then entered Barnes' courtroom from a door behind the judge's bench, where Barnes was presiding over motions in a civil trial, and shot him in the back of the head. Nichols then shot Julie Brando, the court reporter, and as he made his escape from the courthouse, he shot Sergeant Hoyt Tisley, a pursuing deputy. Barnes and the court reporter died at the scene, and the deputy was pronounced DOA at Grady Memorial Hospital. During his escape, Nichols tried to carjack at least 3 vehicles, ending up in a multi-level parking structure for Atlanta's underground tourist area. Number 5. Seattle, Washington, 2005. Perry Manley didn't want to pay child support, and the seeming unfairness of a system that hounded him to turn over his hard-earned cash to his ex-wife had made him angry and obsessed over a 15-year period. In the end, his obsession is apparently what got him killed in what his friends believe was a last-ditch effort to draw attention to his cause. Manley was shot to death the day after Father's Day by 2 Seattle police officers inside the secure foyer of the federal courthouse. In one hand, he clutched a diffused fragmentation grenade. Manley, dressed in camouflage and carrying a backpack strapped across his chest, walked into the courthouse shortly before noon and tried to inch along a small ledge that rings an indoor reflection pond in an apparent attempt to avoid the metal detectors. Eric Robertson, U.S. Marshal for the Western District of Washington, said security officers saw he was holding a World War II-era hand grenade and confronted him. Security officers summoned police and spent more than 20 minutes trying to persuade him to surrender. He placed papers he apparently wanted to present to a judge on the floor and used both hands to cuff the grenade to his body. Police fired twice after he made a furtive movement with a grenade. 4. Istanbul, Turkey, 2006. A gunman opened fire on judges in Turkey's highest administrative court, killing 1 and wounding 4 after shouting, "God is great, and we are God's ambassadors." Police and witnesses said the attacker was a lawyer who was licensed over a ruling further restricting Islamic dress in Turkey. 3. Las Piñas, Philippines, 2007. Roberto Tubali shot his wife Lolita and her lawyer Rebecca Bassa as they waited for a hearing to start. Both victims were shot in the head and later died. Lolita had filed for an annulment. In the ensuing commotion, Tubali was able to escape the courthouse. It is unclear how Tubali was even able to enter the compound without his weapon being detected by the security guards. He was apprehended several hours later without incident. Number 2. Reggio Emilia, Italy, 2008. An Albanian man opened fire in an Italian courtroom, injuring his estranged wife and killing her uncle before being killed himself by armed police. 3 other people were wounded in the shootout during the divorce hearing. Kilimiri Fazzo managed to smuggle a handgun throughout tight security as he and his wife, Fioza, attended the hearing. Fazzo began arguing violently with her relatives before shooting her and her uncle. 1. Merced, California, 2008. The unarmed security guard's metal detectors and x-ray machine at the entrance of the Merced County Courthouse could not stop Robert Eaton. Mr. Eaton is a rather sizable individual standing at 6'4" and 240 pounds, so he had a full head of steam heading down the hallway with two rather large knives in his hand, said Sheriff Mark Panzin. Eaton was carrying one knife in each hand as he ran past security, nearly 100 yards down the hallway into a courtroom. Judge Brian McCabe was at the far end of the room when authorities said Eaton ran in waving the weapons. At the point deputies began shooting, killing Eaton. It is not known exactly why Eaton stormed the courthouse, but he had driven his car into the courthouse just over a year before. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our videos in the future. Also watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.